Hi, all you good people from all over the world. I bring you glad tidings from Africa, particularly the Pearl of Africa. And it's a great twilight. Yeah, we've been experiencing a very rainy season, and we coming from the tropical place where we do not experience these things more often, we really find the rain all the time a little bit disturbing. But today I approach you with this again, yet another thing, and it is about how the established studios in Hollywood, Marvel Studios, get up and tell the American, the British heroes, and they think they can also tell great stories about our African heroes. Now, our African heroes are not Iron Man in a black skin. Our African heroes are far away from spaceships. Our African villages are far away from skyscrapers. And I'm very sure a couple of people are going to be getting back to me and saying, hey, but we're always hearing Africans fighting for mental emancipation and how Africa can be a better place. When Africa talks about being a better place, isn't it looking at skyscrapers? Isn't it looking at maybe being once upon a time like those civilized economies and places? Yes, but we're not yet there. And no one should lie to you that when you say that you've been to South Africa, then you've been to Africa. No. South Africa is a place that was once upon a time stolen by white folks. They turned it into something of their preference, and today it looks like South Africa. That's the reason why you find it is a little more civilized. It has, it is more of a transformed place that can fit, that looks conversant and like familiar with the white people. And there's a reason why when you hear most white people have visited Africa, yes, they've come to South Africa. They've not come deep down inland Africa. Deep down inland, sorry about that. Deep down inland Africa is Uganda, Congo, Central African Republic, and we do not have those skyscrapers. We do not have them. Maybe in Nigeria and Lagos, but we do not have those ones in Africa. So I expected all the time when I kept hearing about Black Panther and everything. Besides, we do not even have panthers in Africa. It should have been the black lion, maybe. Can't we have something apart from a panther? A panther is a cougar, is it? No, but it's related to a cougar, a mountain lion, and something of the sort. We talk about cheetahs, leopards, and lions. Those are our biggest, carnivores that live on top of the food chain. So it never had to be Black Panther. It should have been maybe Black Lion. Maybe. So you find people getting up and saying they are making an African story, ferrying black stolen Africans from their land under the pretext of slavery. I think I'm putting it even right. People that they harassed and took away their human rights and took them into slavery because they were so uncivilized and found people who did not share with them the same color less of humans, so they took them as slaves, and today they are bringing them back to make movies. We have so many Africans. I do not see many Africans. You carry Africans that have lived out there. Lupita Nyong'o. Look at Forrest Whitaker. There's that other African American actress. These guys know nothing about Africa. They've heard about Africa. They might be having African genes, but they know nothing about living in Africa, living without insurance, living in a country where your health is not guaranteed. You can die anytime. Living in a country where everything is taken away from you, but hey, you still smile. You understand? You live in a country where someone literally creates a disease to wipe you away because they feel they are threatened by your existence. that's the country that you live in. And hey, you still have to leave, because the only option is the solution, and it's to leave. So Marvel Studios, do not lie to the world that what you made is African. I didn't see African. I saw Americans, an American producer who writes a film, and they choose to incorporate it to African standards. They go ahead and copy African language and accents and some metaphors and syllables, and you say you're speaking an African language. And for crying out loud, stop going to South Africa to make movies that have to be done inland Africa. We have these places. I think you make better authentic stories making them in their motherlands. For instance, I keep asking myself, what was David Owoyelo coming to play a Ugandan doctor? What was Kerry Washington doing coming to play Amin's wife? What does she know about being a Muslim? What does she know about that? So these things are really lies, and stop lying to the world. We are African filmmakers, and we know we might have not yet got the incentives to really get the films out there, and maybe that's the reason why we've not yet managed to make our films out there. Come and consult from us. Stop lying to yourselves that you're making films. You're not making films, you're making lies. As usual, as the West has always been, making lies. Stop lying to the world. Good evening. Wakanda is a big fraud, and you can go on and keep on lying it to the whitewashed and brainwashed Africans, and all those Africans that think that your place is the promised land. No, you can lie to those ones. People like us who are emancipated Africans might be catching a disease. This is Africa. We live like this, and we thrive and survive over them. Good evening.